Hey guys, and welcome to the video. I'm really looking forward to shooting this video with Steve. It's a question that I get asked quite a lot on social media about my progression through the fitness industry, starting out as a personal trainer, owning a facility, becoming an online coach, and now ultimately helping other coaches bring on their own online businesses. People are just interested to know how I've made that transition in such a short space of time. It's been about 4 years. So it has happened quite quickly, and I wanted to make a slightly longer form video going into detail exactly how I started to ending up where I am now. So I'm going to be taking you along every step of the journey. We're going to head to a couple of cool spots that are kind of relevant to the story, and this will be an ongoing kind of thing that I do, is give you an insight into my own personal progression, showing you exactly what the data is, what's happening, how things are growing, the impact that's having on my business, because for me, that's the sort of thing that I'm interested in watching on other people's YouTube channels, Facebook pages, etc. So hopefully you guys will find some interest in it too. So we are heading to a small little facility in Chichester called Elitas, and it's previously known as Grenade Fit, owned by Jamie Alderton. Many of you will know who Jamie Alderton is. So it's a really interesting story. Well, I think it's interesting, a lot of you probably won't, about how I came to work with Jamie and Grenade Fit, because I've actually been told in the past that I'm really lucky and I'm only where I am because I'm lucky. I've heard that before, somebody trolling me on Instagram. And I've got a funny view on luck. For me, luck it's a combination of being prepared and opportunity coming together at the same time. So you might find an opportunity cross your desk, but if you're not prepared to take that opportunity, if you're not prepared to kind of put yourself out there, if you don't have the prior credentials to take the opportunity, then it means nothing. So there was an element of luck working with Jay, because it gave me a really good platform to promote my PT business, but I took a couple of risks to even get the job in the first place. So we'll just go and tip our caps to Ben. Hey Ben, dude. Yeah, cheers mate. So, this is Elitas. This used to be Grenade Fit. I'm just going to speak to Ben, make sure that we're okay to shoot here, and then I'll show you around. It's a cool place. This place brings back lots of nostalgic memories. Obviously, I was training out of here when it was Grenade Fit, probably like 3 or 4 years ago now. So let's just go in and have a look. The gym hasn't changed that much in the way that it looks. Obviously, they've got different equipment in here. They've got really cool kit in here. So we'll have a little look around, and then we'll talk about the whole Grenade Fit thing and everything that happened from there. So this place here, this area here, it gives me nightmares, to be honest with you, because this is where we used to do what we call the Metcons. So we used to take turns coming in at sort of like 5:30, 6:30 in the morning and delivering classes. And as much as I love the classes and I love the members, getting up at sort of 4:15 a.m. to come and deliver a class for free wasn't really at the top of my priority list. So this place definitely has some unwanted memories, shall we say. So the Grenade Fit thing came about. I was actually serving in the military at the time. So you may not know, but when you serve in the military and you want to leave, you have to give a year's notice. Okay, you can't just leave. So I actually saw the job opportunity come up and applied for the job, kind of knowing that I wouldn't be able to take it because they were looking for trainers there and then, and I hadn't given a year's notice. I applied for the job nonetheless, and it started to progress. So I was speaking to the managers, speaking to the guys at Grenade HQ, and it was progressing. So I was in a position where it was like, it's looking like I can get this job, but I may not potentially be able to take it if the military don't let me go. So I spoke to my hierarchy, then it was at the Household Cavalry Regiment, and explained the whole situation. Fortunately, unfortunately, however you look at it, I was actually going through a divorce at the time, so I was in a bit of a turbulent period of my life, and it kind of paid in my favor to some extent, simply because the regiment knew that I was in a bit of a predicament with my relationship, and they said, look, you've got an opportunity to go and take this job, you obviously want to do it, and they let me go. So the rest is kind of history. But it was really bizarre because I went from 1 week serving in the British Army to the next week moving my whole life down south to Chichester to this gym for what had been hyped up to be this huge thing. It was all over social media. Jay was talking about it across all his social media channels, and I was absolutely buzzing. Like, I really couldn't wait to start. We had people who moved from Holland. We had people who moved from Northern Ireland for this job. I'd up ship and left Windsor, sold all my stuff, sold my motorbike, sold my car to live here. And so it had this real feeling of being important. You know, we had a videographer following us around, documenting the whole journey, and it was really, really exciting. The reality was, though, and this was nobody's fault, is that we were a new business. We were personal trainers starting a brand new business in a brand new gym. And so you can imagine the footfall was low. We didn't have any clients, we had overheads, we had rent, we had bills to pay, but we weren't making any money. So the first 6 months were really, really tough. And I think the hardest thing about the first 6 months is that we had to portray that everything was all singing, all dancing, everything was happy-go-lucky for social media. So that was quite tricky. Things started to pick up, we started to pick up some clients, things became a bit more manageable. And so the kind of dust settled on the newness, and yeah, it actually became a really, really cool and exciting place to work. Further down the line, fast forward about a year, and some of the detail of our contract didn't really work for us specifically. I'll just get out of the way, someone's coming in. Hello Dave, mate, you all right? This is one of the owners of Elitas, by the way, he just walked past. So yeah, things didn't really work for us and the contract that was kind of laid out with Grenade. And so we decided to go our own way and open our own facility as a three. So myself, Sophie and Adam open up our own private training facility in Chichester. And that was the kind of next step in our journey, if you like. I think it was like 1,000 square foot, not huge, it was over 2 floors. But it was our home for the next sort of 2 years of PTing. And it was great because we could do everything on our own terms. Not to say that we didn't enjoy working for Grenade, we really, really did. And it definitely gave us a platform to start our personal training businesses. But when you're working under somebody else's rules and jurisdictions, it can get a little bit frustrating when it doesn't kind of coincide with your own personal goals or ambitions or brand or whatever. So moving to the unit was a huge leap for us, and it was a huge risk because we had to lay up a lot of money up front, most of our savings. But it ultimately became the best decision that we made. So my top tip for anyone who wants to open their own facility and run things on their own terms is find 2 or 3 or 4 great people around you, other coaches who have a similar ambition that you can trust, and go into it together, because it doesn't really impact your ability to train your own clients or to run your PT business from that facility. But it just means that you've got more capital up front, so you've got more cash to put into equipment, decorating, you know, going through all the legal procedures, etc. And it just takes some of the stress off you. And that's exactly what myself, Adam and Sophie did. Is it was 3 heads better than 1. We each had our own savings to put down, and it just made the whole process a lot more doable. So don't think that if you want to open a facility, you have to do it alone. Just find other people around you who want to do the same, and you'll be far more likely to have a success from it. So that is the traffic that I have to go around and sit in to go to the unit, to stand outside and to show you what the unit looks like. I'm not going to do that. It's a waste of time. It's a brick building with a door. We'll just head back to the office, because that is, no, I'm not doing that. someone in my driveway, casually. Right, who the is that? Okay, I'll park around the corner then, shall I? Gosh, it's lucky I'm not precious about my expensive sports car. As we pulled up to the gym, a giant seagull took an almighty dump all over the car. Let's go and check it out. This is real value. Here, casing point, bit on the spoiler. Here, 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 and that was it. Had it detailed last week. Lovely. Cheers, mate. This is HQ. Multi-million-pound company, run from a garage. Call me Jeff Bezos. Here we go. This is where the magic happens. Which is a nice segue, oh, watch that, into talking about transitioning from the private training facility in Chichester to working on one of these things, which is what a lot of people who are watching this ultimately want to end up doing. I think the first point to note here is that it's maybe not as attractive as you think it is, although it is attractive, and there are some things that you need to consider. If you are a complete technophobe and you have no idea how to operate one of these, then being an online coach maybe isn't best suited to you. That's just a bit of a pro tip for you. Having said that, the Supercharged Fit Pro Academy, subtle plug there, does give you all the tools and the resources to be able to set up online coaching like that. So there are things out there that can give you a bit of a leg up if you're not the most technically minded. I figured all this stuff out by myself, and now this is what I do for a living. I work in here. It's essentially an office job, okay? So you need to get that into your head. Yes, I'm working with people with fitness goals, with body composition goals, performance goals, but it's still an office job. I still come down, sit down on my desk here, tap, 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 tap away. It's an office job, okay? I'm an office worker. I work in the fitness industry as an office worker. So it's not all glitz and glam. However, what it does afford me is the ability to work at home or in my garage, and I can pop in and out as and when I please, see my kids, spend more time with my family, and work in my own time. So this week, for example, I've been working in the evening because we've got our new baby daughter, Jasmine, and I've been helping Sophie with Jude during the day. So it means that I can spend all day with my kids and then I can work in the evening. That is the beauty of running an online coaching business. So how do you go from having a personal training business to having an online coaching business? Well, it's simple. You capture the results that you get with your face-to-face clients and you use those results to market your online programs. It's really that simple. You use social media, you use email marketing, you use paid advertisement if you want to, and you basically show your audience that you can deliver a result. People aren't investing in the product per se. They're not investing in either personal training or online coaching or an app or a spreadsheet or whatever. They're investing in the result. They want to hire you because they believe that you can take them from point A to point B as efficiently as possible. So whether that's through personal training face-to-face or online coaching, it doesn't really matter, okay? So don't be afraid to use the results that you get with your face-to-face clients to market your online programs. And that's exactly what I did all throughout the course of running my PT business, until I got to a point where the online coaching was at a level that I could step away from face-to-face personal training. And that is how I made that transition. Super, super simple. That so far has been how I've progressed from a struggling PT to a facility owner to an online coach, and of course now a coach to coaches. Anyone can do this, okay? The biggest limiting factor will be your own beliefs, okay? I used to hate talking about mindset, but it's really, really important. You need to get out of your own head. You need to stop being the biggest obstruction for yourself. Okay, if you don't think that you can be an online coach or have a successful online coaching business, then you won't, okay? Whatever you think you can have to some extent, of course. We're not that wishy-washy. This isn't the secret or whatever, okay? But guys, hopefully you found some value in that. Hopefully there are some nuggets that you can take away. Maybe it was just a little bit interesting to see how I've progressed. It's definitely a question that I get quite a lot on social media. I'll be putting these videos out far more frequently, just giving you a bit of an insight into what it is that I'm up to. We're going to be doing some collaborations. We're going to be meeting up with some of my coaches that I work with and also some of my online coaching clients, and just trying to bring some entertainment and value to the channel. So if you've got any questions or you've got anything that you want to say, then pop a comment below and I'll get back to absolutely everyone. But I will speak to you on the next video. See you soon. Peace.
How much do you love being stuck in traffic?
Oh, it's my absolute favorite, especially in this car as well, because when you're idling at 1,000 RPM, you're spending about £2 a minute, I would say, on fuel. So yeah, great.